Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Still haven't got the shelf fixed. Working on it. I promise I will get it fixed. I will get it lowered so where you can see everything that's on it, because it's supposed to be used for like the pretty things that I get to display. Like, I have some of my subscribers sent me a birthday card last week, 2 weeks. How old am I? Whenever my birthday was. It's been so long. This virus is really messing with my head. Yeah. So it's eventually gonna be lowered because, like, right now, like, I have things on it. Like, I have, it's hard to do this. So, like, this green thing is actually a KKW perfume. I have another perfume next to it. I have the Bloodlust palette actually in the box on the shelf. And I have, like, a couple little other Jeffree Star things. But you just can't, like, when I position my camera, you can't see everything. So it needs to be lowered. Which is going to be interesting because I'm going to come through here, because this is like a small space. I'm going to come through here and knock myself out on the shelf because I hit it and I'm short. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Pumbaa, what are you doing? He's like smelling something through the door. Anyway, not the point. So, today's video, just ignore him. So I did a video on the eyeshadow palettes that I didn't think that I would like, but I actually really ended up loving them. And so today I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to show you guys the palettes that I thought I would like, but ended up not liking them for whatever reason. So before I start, you guys always want to know what's on my face. So I have my little, whoopsies. These are Mary Kay shadows, and so I have this cream shade as like a base, and then I have this rosy shade on top. So I will tell you if I can get them out. It's always the challenge what the colors are. So the cream shade is Biscotti, and then this rosy shade, which I actually really like, is Dusty Rose. There you go. So these are just little Mary Kay shadows I have in this little compact. I actually really like Mary Kay shadows. I know people are always like, it's a multi-level marketing company, you shouldn't support them. It's makeup. If I like it, I'm gonna use it, so deal with it. Hold on. Oh, he just ran away. Okay, whatever. And then I have the e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders palette. I have this shade right here, which is Pave. Right here is on my lid, and then I use the shade Quartz to kind of just add a little bit of like dimension, quote unquote, up here on my eyebrow bone. So yeah, I love this palette. This is a really good palette. e.l.f. did a good job with this. Yeah. Then I'm trying to think, y'all. My foundation. Which one did I use this morning? Oh yeah, I used the one that smells like paint. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. This is the matte one, I believe. I think this is the matte one. I like matte foundations. I don't like a lot of like the sheer formulas and the sheen. I don't like that stuff. But yeah, that's what that is. Smells like paint, but you can't smell it once you get it like dried down and on your face. So I like this one. Then I have the Kokie setting powder. I love this powder, you guys. Oh my gosh. This surprised me because this was only like $6 or something like that. And it surprised me. You get 5 grams of product, which is 0.18 ounces. You get a lot in here, and I like it. I mean, for $6, it blends. It makes everything look like put together. Like, it doesn't cake, and you can't see lines. It's just a gorgeous thing. Love that. What else? Bronzer, which you can't really tell. I don't wear a lot of bronzer, is this Kat Von D Shade and Light. I have to kind of work with this because this is so dark on me. It is just ridiculous. It takes a little bit of effort to make work. And then the highlighter is Wonder Beauty After Hours. Also a favorite of mine. Lipstick, I don't remember where I put it. Oh, I put it back in its drawer like I'm supposed to. Smashbox, Babe Alert. Love this shade. And I love the little applicator. It's kind of cool. All right, I think that's it. I think we've gone through the process. So, okay, video. Palettes that I thought I would like, but didn't like. So the first one may shock a lot of people because this palette is like loved. My nose is itchy and like dripping. It's loved in the beauty community, and that is the Chocolate Gold by Too Faced. I struggled with this, you guys. I struggled. I do like how they included, let's start with the pros. Pros is I like how they included other shades that's not just neutral shades. I like that and I appreciate it. But the shades that are not neutral do not work for me. May work for y'all, I don't know, but they don't work for me. This shade New Money is awful. It's bad. Like, it's really bad. And it's pink, and I love pink. It just... I struggled. I couldn't get it to work. It wouldn't stay. I tried everything, guys. I tried applying it with my finger. I tried applying it with a brush. I tried even applying it with a beauty sponge. I mean, I tried everything. It would not stay on my lid. It was not vibrant. It would just... wouldn't work. Another one was Living Lavish, which is the purple one. That one didn't work. Which turns kind of weird brown. I don't know, you guys. I didn't like this palette. I had a lot of high hopes for this because it was different. And it was a mainly shimmer metallic palette, which I liked. The only shades that were matte in here was 3, which was Cocoa Truffle, Decadent, which is a black, So Bougie, and Rolling in Dough. And I love the Rolling in Dough shade because it's just a beautiful, you know, eyeshadow palette. Good Lord. What am I trying to say? To set your eyeshadow primer. That color. But everything else just didn't work. Dripping in Diamonds, this one was good. I liked that shade. That was good. That silver shade. But everything else I struggled with. I couldn't get it to work. I wish that I loved it. I hoped that I would love it, but I didn't. And it's not a cheap palette. This is like $49. This is like 50 bucks. It isn't. If you are someone that doesn't have this palette, I would not recommend it. My personal opinion. I know there are people out there that love it, but I had a hard time working with it. And if I have a hard time working with a palette 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to just pick it up and go for a shade that I love in the palette. I'm not, because I can't use the other colors. So that was my struggle. You know, sorry. My opinion. But moving on. So the next one is this little mini Natasha Denona. Now this was the only Natasha Denona palette I've ever purchased, and this is the mini Lila. Love purple shades, love it. This gold was gorgeous. But when I applied it, it's almost like it stuck to my eyelid and wouldn't blend. Like I just couldn't move it. Like once you had it in a spot, it wasn't budging. And that was odd. I've never had anything from Natasha Denona, but from what I've heard, this one was a really big flop for her. And I purchased it because it was on sale. This thing retails for 25 bucks for 5 shades. That's expensive. And you only get, hold on a minute, y'all. Oh, it doesn't even say how much product you get. That's lovely. Great. They're tiny. A quarter is bigger. Actually, a nickel's probably bigger too than this. So that was my issue. Put it on my eye, it stuck. Like what eyeshadow sticks to your eyelid and won't move? Like what's in it? So that was my issue with this. The colors are gorgeous. I will swatch some. Let's see. The gold was beautiful. And they're soft. But like this shade right here, this, I didn't like it. Oh, yeah. I love the gold, but that purple, the mattes were the issue. And I also had a little bit of an issue with this shade right here, this kind of blue purpley one. It was odd. It would fade, but when it would fade on your eyelid, it looks like grape juice. Like someone splashed you with grape juice. That's weird. So, again, I would pass on this. I would save your money. Purchase maybe a different Natasha Denona palette. Like I said, this was the only one that I tried because her palettes are crazy expensive and I wanted to try her formula, but this one was apparently not a good representation on that. So, wouldn't recommend. Alrighty. I have a lot of Too Faced palettes today. Like, no joke. It's kind of bad. So the next one I have is this little Too Faced watermelon palette. Comes with 2 little slices, which is cute. Love the idea. A eyeshadow palette and a highlighter palette. This is the eyeshadow one, actually. I think it is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. But same thing again. I have an issue with the shimmer formula. This Melon Dollar Baby, oh dear lordy. I don't know what they put in this. It looks absolutely stunning, but it's so dry. I will take this is the brush I use for most of my shimmer shadows, and this is the Morphe M124. It's hard to kind of do this. It's a no. I can't. Not to mention, y'all, you can build it up a little bit. It looks good. It's not. Also, do you see this like fallout right here? Just a no. Another one was this Loosey Goosey shade. I think I have another one of these brushes somewhere. Maybe. I have way too many eyeshadow brushes, and I'm pretty sure I just did a declutter, and I have no idea why I still have this many. Loosey Goosey. Same. It's just very, very light. Again, a lot of fallout. Oh god, that one's worse. Shimmer shades should not feel like sandpaper, you guys. It felt like sandpaper on my eyeball. So, just not a fan. Does smell. Not like watermelon, but it's just weird. I don't like it. I like the concept though, where you can like do this and then you can like travel with it. That's super, super cute. I love this idea. I do not like the formula. And now it's not even coming off. Like, that is frustrating when palettes don't freaking come off. Oh my gosh, you guys should like literally see my desk right now. It's kind of bad. Okay. I know it's not an eyeshadow palette, but like these two came together, so I'm gonna talk about this. This was pretty bad as well. Hard pan in the highlighter, and I know a lot of people say, hey, you can just put like a piece of scotch tape over it and it'll take off that layer. I did that 4 times. It does not work. It goes right back to being that hard pan, which makes it difficult to use. I don't like things that are difficult to use. I struggle in life in general. I don't need something to make it worse. These were also too dark. Blush, way too dark for my skin tone. And bronzer, which is like a shimmery highlighter, also way too dark. So the only thing I could really use would have been the highlighter, and I had issues with it. So this is basically completely worthless. I paid $45 for this, and I couldn't use 3 of the shades in this palette. I couldn't use those 3. So I paid $45 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades. Not worth it. Moving on. Another Too Faced palette that I have a problem. I am not bashing Too Faced at all whatsoever. I have products that I love from Too Faced. Love. But they release products that are sometimes flops. It's hit and miss. I know people say that a lot, and it's true. It is hit and miss. I love Too Faced products. I use them on a daily basis, but sometimes they don't work. And that was also the case with this. I think I have another product in this line I didn't like, which was their highlighter. That was awful. This is the Too Faced Life's a Festival palette. Now, gorgeous, shaped like a rainbow. Love the packaging. And to me, it smells like Jolly Ranchers up close. But this washes away on your eyelids like an hour after you put it on. I don't know if there just isn't enough pigment in it. I don't know what the issue with this is, honestly. But there's shades in here, like this euphoric shade. It wasn't even on my eyelid by the end of the day, like gone. Literally, you could tell where eyeshadow had been applied and it looked like it had been taken off. It was just not good. Gorgeous orange shade though, like orangey peach. Mystic Rain was gorgeous, but it's just not it, guys. Like, you can't even tell. That's the Mystic Rain shade. Like, you can't... You just can barely tell it's there. That was my issue with this. I did like the highlighter in this. That was really cool. It came with a highlighter. And it was like a really cool shift. But it also broke. That was lovely. It has like blue, pink glitters in there. It also broke. I don't know why. Just broke one day. Like, fell out. Had to put it back in the palette. And then the shades in here that were matte was Young and Free, which is a pink color, Desert Vibes, which is a terracotta color, and that was it. 2 mattes out of the whole palette. The rest are metallic or a glitter formula. Just a no. Just a no for me. Packaging, cute and adorable, but I don't like it. Also, keep in mind, I did have to go through my declutter pile. If you watch my declutter, these palettes are decluttered in my collection, and I'm going to give them to friends and family as soon as we're released from this quarantine life that's going on. So I had to pull these out of my declutter pile. The last one I have is the Royal Peach palette by Kylie. I wanted this palette so bad when it came out because this was the first palette that she had in this setup that was 12 eyeshadows. I wanted to love it so bad. Oh my god, I wanted to love this so bad because I loved the Burgundy palette. That palette was so good. This was just not. It was awful, you guys, so awful. And especially this blue. I have never in my life had a palette that was so dry until I bought this palette. I'm not even gonna go. I'm gonna even add more. Like, let's build it up a little bit. Let's just, maybe a little more. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. 3 times. Had to get that. Yeah, that blue shade was awful, horrible. Then the metallics or the shimmer shades that she had in this just were not that great. They just weren't that great, in my opinion. This is all my opinion. Very just light shades. I want oomph in my palettes. I want something that's like show-stopping. I do not like this palette. And that's really, you guys, honestly, that's like all I have to say about this. It was so dry. Even the metallic shades were dry. And that is something that bothers me because it makes it tough to apply with a brush, which is what I generally do, or with a finger. It makes it hard with a finger. If something is hard to apply with your finger on your eyelid, it ain't good. And I'm just being honest. So there you have it. Would not recommend at all. I don't know if maybe she changed the formula of this palette, because this palette is a little bit older, but it did that in the beginning, so anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you for putting up with me. And I'm trying to think if I have any more announcements, because I always forget to put them in the beginning, which is weird. No, I just did my 300 subscriber giveaway, but the way I did it was a little different than my normal giveaways. I picked a random subscriber from you guys and sent them a message on Twitter and say like, hey, you won my 300 subscriber giveaway, and I did a mystery box. So she has no idea what she's getting. Everything will be a surprise. And I believe she also has a YouTube channel too. She does have a YouTube channel, and she will probably, knowing her, unbox the surprise mystery box giveaway when she gets it. So that's why it's important for you guys to be subscribed, because my giveaways are different. Like, sometimes you won't see them coming, sometimes you will. Sometimes I'll tell you, sometimes I'll give you rules, sometimes I won't. It depends, and that's what keeps everything fun and interesting, and you know, you guys are engaged. It's important to be engaged. So that is, yeah, that is it. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, definitely be subscribed, because you never know when I'm gonna do a giveaway, duh. So anyway, that is it. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.